Hi, everyone. So, for this discussion, I'm going to talk about what is a mental health counselor. This is something that I had to find out, and I'm still finding out as I am switching my career to this. And when I first started, I had only heard of psychiatrists and psychologists, and I was very unfamiliar with what a mental health counselor was. But according to Pistol 2001, mental health counseling consists of professionals that encompass skills in education, psychology, and in counseling. In this profession, people serve their communities by promoting a multifaceted approach of healing that encompasses holistic processes, along with promoting healthy lifestyles. I really like the fact that mental health counselors kind of take away the stigma when you think of getting help for mental illnesses. I think that mental illnesses are something that is still very much a taboo within, our country because most people think of mental illnesses and they think that it's something where you could possibly be in a psych ward, you need some type of medications, you are schizophrenic, crazy. I mean, there's just so many different definitions when it comes to mental illness that is not necessarily true, and a lot of times it's very negative. I think that for a mental health counselor, their job is really to treat the person as opposed to giving them a pill to treat their issue. Um, Most of the time you think of a mental illness, you think, okay, what can we do just to solve what's making them act this way? Why are you depressed? Why are you, angry? Why are you this? And they want to give them, perhaps a treatment plan for medication, or they're just really looking at that one issue that is triggering the person as opposed to looking at their entire lifestyle and their community, their friendship, their family, and their involvement in all aspects of society. With a mental health counselor, it's very important that we really respect our clients. And in order to respect our clients, we must know our clients, which means building a relationship with them so that they feel comfortable enough to really let us into their life. So then that way we can treat them. And a counselor is effective only when they're treating the person as a whole, and they can go back into, society and really be a well-rounded person. A lot of times people are suffering quietly and they don't even know that, talking to somebody could really change their life. I think that mental health counselors right now, or this profession's on the rise because probably 15, 20, even 30 years ago, you never even heard of this profession. You never even thought that a mental illness was something that couldn't be solved without medication. So when it comes to the impact of mental health counselors on society, you have to really look at it like you're treating the person as a whole, and you're able to send them back into their community, and they're affecting every life that they come in contact with. Not only are they a changed person, but they're able to change the way they interact with people, which then changes the reactions of other people to them, which is what I call a trickle down effect. When you're able to really take an individual person and make a difference in their life, the only natural thing is they're going to make a big difference in somebody else's life as well. So, that, in my opinion, is why it's an important part of society. Is mental health counseling allows people to feel normal when seeking help. You feel normal when you go to your regular doctor, your eye doctor, your dentist. You don't feel like there's a stigma. So with mental health counseling, I think it kind of takes away that stigma, and it really starts when you're in school. Most of the time you have your own counselor there. Nobody looks at you like, oh, you're going to the school counselor. So I really like that in society as we get older. Even if you choose to still work with children, you still are able to kind of eliminate the stigma that having a mental illness or even just something traumatic in your life that has altered your behavior or even your outlook on life, that it's not frowned upon as something that is like you're shunned from society because you've changed or you're different, you're not like the rest. I think that we're really able to give people the tools that they need to be effective. Also, what is needed to make counseling effective? Well, an effective counselor is a person that really is able to work with people. They're able to listen to them, they're able to care for them, not necessarily just listen and give advice, but really dive into what is the issue or issues that is causing this person to have the life that they're having currently or have the experiences that they're having. I found a book, and it was called The Resilient Practitioner by Thomas M. Scoville. It's about burnt out practitioners. So in this course, we've been learning about self-care. This book really talks about self-care. It talks about how a lot of the times practitioners, they take a lot on themselves. They internalize stress even though they're trying to help their clients not have stress. Think of it this way. You have multiple clients. You have some of them grieving, some of them suffering from PTSD, some type of trauma in their life, and you're taking all of this in on you as just an individual. A lot of times you might have a practitioner that's taking their work home, feeling like their caseload is a part of their life, because it's really hard just as a human to separate yourself from your client's issues. A lot of times, even in our everyday life, if you have a friend that comes up to you and they're like, hey, my parent did this, or my girlfriend or boyfriend did this, you start really giving them advice. But then, a part of you also takes on some of their stresses. So I think that being an effective counselor is somebody that really learns how to compartmentalize. And that's what Mr. Scoville talks in his book. He really talks about being able to take your work and separate yourself from it. You can still be emotionally involved with your clients, but you don't need to have it be such an impact on your life that then you're not even effective for your next set of clients. That is the most important thing that I found so far in my journey to becoming a clinical mental health counselor, is that you really need to look at your clients as people that you're helping, but not necessarily taking on their issues as your own issues. You cannot be an effective counselor if you are stressed out about another client's issues. You really need to learn how to self-care. And that is something that I myself am trying to learn. I do hold a lot of stress in, and, I just need to really understand that it's not only is it not healthy, stress is a number one killer, but it also is something that is not going to be effective for, my future clients. I really need to dive into making sure that I am being productive with every client and not letting one case just consume me. So that so far is what I found about being a mental health counselor, and what it is to society, and what makes an effective counselor. I know that as I continue my journey on this new career and lifestyle, that I'm sure these definitions, I don't think they'll change, but I definitely think I will add on to them and really explore more in depth what it means to me to be a mental health counselor. Because right now, for me, it means making sure that I'm taking care of the patient as a whole in the most natural, holistic way, and allowing them to live a normal life, allowing them to not feel like there's a stigma when they come and see me in my office to talk about what's their ailments, what's concerning them. I just think that this profession is really great to make people feel like, there's nothing wrong with seeking help for a mental illness. Just because you can't see a physical ailment on somebody doesn't mean they're not suffering internally. So that's all I have for now. Thank you.